play. It'll be second down.
Second and
quick observation.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity.
So that'll back him up 5. And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Wilson. It's complete. He's got Gronk. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. 25 yards that time.
1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Being chased out left. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Rob Gronkowski. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. Early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you give the defensive touchdown early to give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, we've had that conversation with prior to the game. They always say, you know, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives us like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor.
Johnson, it's poked free. Football's out. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown.
Touchdown, Seahawks.
So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. You talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
Not much there, only a yard. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. From the gun, here's Watson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him. of the gun, Watson. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Incomplete.
The scoreboard tells a story for them a little bit bleak, and while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close, but the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. So that'll be marked down as a 19-yard punt. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Ross Blacklock. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
55, watch the run.
Play action. Now Wilson. Flushed out right. And his pass incomplete.
On the keeper.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey, 50 the mic, 50 the mic. Zebra, one left.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Now he'll escape to his left. He finds Dorsett, it's complete. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. On the return comes Cobb. Not good at all. Punt of just 24 yards there. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10.
26-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go. Because
and now Watson throws another interception. Picked off by Quandre Diggs.
And as a defender, if you come with 2 interceptions in a game, that's pretty rare in the NFL. You might see one guy a weekend do that, but have 2 in the first quarter, that's something you don't see all that often. I have a feeling they'll think twice about throwing in his direction too often.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. Off of play action, he'll look to throw. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. They'll get 34 yards there.
But they didn't ease into that drive right out of the turnover. They go for the big shot downfield and hit it. A lot of teams have that opportunity, but not every coach is going to greenlight that type of a play call. I love their aggressiveness.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
The tackle.
Next, the receivers helped spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a...
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Rob Gronkowski with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now, you can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. A running play on 1st down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Well, if you look where that play starts, O-line versus D-line, that was a battle won by the D-line.
Yeah, and oftentimes it's won by quickness, off the ball. Who can handle the guy across from them best? On that play, the defensive line did exactly that.
He's got a 1st down past the 30. Finally taken down at the 32-yard line. 16 yards, a 1st down. Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 33-yard line.
Ball at the 33, 2nd and 9.
Let's go, D. Mike, 59, Mark, check, 59. Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, D.
They'll try the air now with Watson. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. They'll run with Penny here out of the shotgun. And he'll get across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
He's across midfield.
There for the tackle, Jacob Martin.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Wilson defers to Penny here on the draw. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run it and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now, give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. They begin the drive with Johnson. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Sheldon Richardson there to make the play.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Mike's 5-4. Silver.
49, check 49, check 49. Line up.
Nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Check 59, Mike. Mike is 59. Mike the 59.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
Throwing on third down, Watson. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
They've had multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. Felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and see if maybe they could get a big play and a quick strike.
Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. Bernardrick McKinney there to make the stop.
Ball carrier.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
You're not ready. You're not ready. Check safety. Check safety. Check 31. Check 31.
On 2nd down now, it's Carson. About 3 yards there to the 27.
Wilson with the handoff to Chris Carson.
And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Now a toss play. It's Carson down to the 25. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1.
Check the backer. Check the backer. Check. 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 He's coming. He's coming. He's coming. We got double up. Double up.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. On comes the Seahawk kicker here on 4th down. It's Jason Myers. From the left hash, it's a 42-yard attempt. And Myers able to knock it through. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
All right, need you to check my eyes here. This entire unit defensively, I think, has looked really strong in the first half, especially in the secondary. They've been cohesive, fast to the football. We just saw another example arriving there to help knock that one away.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And my goodness, another interception. Trey Flowers picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick-6 last week. Not a pick-6 here, but an interception.
That's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Max 50, Max 50.
Here's Carson. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Rick McKinney on the tackle. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 37-yard line.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
J.J. Watt.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
He's got Lockett. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first.
And that's good.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
That's some good hard running there as he'll push his way forward for about 5.
49-yard line. It's a
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that. Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. They set up the screen to Penny. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. The loss of 3 on that first down pass play. Now 2nd and 13. They go play action with Wilson. He'll find Metcalf. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, but it's going to be 2nd down.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Phillip Dorsett, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
And 10.
Hey, we got Mike 50, yo. They gonna need some therapy after this.
To throw again is Wilson. And it's caught. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the 2nd half. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the 2nd half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the first half, I think they were very calm, congratulatory, but also what they were saying is don't expect them to be the same on defense. They'll be the ones making the adjustments. Let's see what they do, and we'll attack accordingly.
And we'll see how they attack here. Eluding the pressure right. side by Dorsett. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 26 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 45.
So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. On the draw, this is Penny. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
On the delay, here's Carson. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37.
Carson on the
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Wilson now to throw on third down. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Whitney merciless, able to run him down for a loss of a yard.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
On third down, Wilson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
And it has been a good game for them. They haven't been pressured very much today, but on back-to-back sacks, maybe the defense is starting to figure something out.
Jason Myers for the Seahawk field goal. A 54-yard attempt.
Myers' kick is good. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field. But they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things.
Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Watson will bring up the Texans here, first and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Watch twins. Watch twins. Safe. Watch the safety support.
Watson now to throw. And now here is another interception. Trey Flowers picks it. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, It's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. He's letting it fly for Cooks. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
For Brandon Cooks.
But we saw that he had a lot of success last week throwing the football, but that hasn't translated to this week. But with his team behind, I don't expect him to back off. I expect him to keep firing.
On third down, Watson. He finds his target, Fuller. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
And the Texans first
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But a nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Down, Houston.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. First and 10. To the end and lost it. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. Second time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets his football out shy of the 30 to the 29. 12 yards there and a first down.
First down.
Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
1 yard gain.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Watson to give. This is Johnson. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on first.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Texans on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7. A shotgun snap for Watson. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Jaron Reed able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Houston.
In punt formation for the Texans.
Oh, it's a wobbler here. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Penny, a 1st down carry. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
The ball carrier.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line.
And this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
This is Carson. And down inside the 15 he goes. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium, because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
Well, they'll take that every time with a lead, 1st down, 4th quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back, but 8 yards on 1st down puts them back on their heels.
From the 5, here's 2nd and 2.
Heavy on the edges. Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Now it's Carson. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Chris Carson, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys continue to pour it on. They seemingly just continue to score at will, and as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win, but one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them. Because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ballgame.
And a mistake, a surprising mistake there in the kicking game, as he sends that one out of bounds. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. He'll start with a handoff to Johnson. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
A big-time play there for the Texans. 46 yards.
1st down.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
57's Mike. Here we go, let's bring it. Let's go, let's bring it.
Watson off play action. They'll roll him out right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. And it's second down.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
Back to the air, Watson on second down, escaping the pressure right. And my goodness, another interception. Darren Lee picks it, and he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
They run it with Carson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. First down, Seattle on a pickup of 13.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, first and 10. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Check 3, check 3. Check 50, check 50. Check 3.
On second down, it's Carson, and he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Focusing on me with some Tel Aviv. Barbados with the hustle pockets, Zelaris. Distinctive destination.
Check back. Listen. Check 3, check 3, check 3.
And he's got an open man. It's Gronkowski. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.